Okay, I believe we are live. Good. I'm gonna come down here. The only thing I think that might get in the way is if my phone starts dying. But aside from that, I think we'll be just fine. So I want to bring you guys through uh, everything for a second. So let's start with showing off the manga panels. So we did this about 6 years ago, uh, when I was first working on the story. And this isn't my first book that I finished. I've never published a book, but I want this to be the first book I actually publish, and I'm already working on a separate story. Um, Really, I feel like up to this point, I've been like refining my art as a author, and now I'm ready to actually like create good stuff, I guess. Now, back at this time, the story was completely different, and we reworked everything. So even though this has some of the same hints as, like, you'll see this scene specifically kind of in the story, but everything else has been changed. Even I would say some like details and appearances have been altered. So yeah, it starts with this like clinking staff, this king coming in on a caravan on a leader, and a mysterious figure on a roof staring down at him. Me and this awesome artist worked on this. I used to call him Hin. I don't know if he still goes by the same name. We haven't been in correspondence for years. Um, but yeah, he was uh, something Hin all those years ago. Luckily, I kept these files. I would love to talk to him again because he was just such a great person and a wonderful artist and a good friend. But I paid for all of these, and you know, it was wonderful working with him. So you have a insignia on the ring. Um, I don't even know if we're really using the insignias as much. Like there was a lot of small details that I think kind of got rubbed away during the editing process over time. But you can see it's like the star with a snake going through it. Um, and I might want to re-add that, you know. So moving on, the strange figure on the roof is this young looking girl, and she's with two kind of like hardened, like kind of rough looking guys. So, you know, she's like, "Hey, he's here." And the one guy's like, "Hey, let me see." So notice she didn't use the binoculars to actually see him in this version, and he does. I give her kind of like um, some abilities in the story where her eyesight was better than a regular human's, and I kept the general feeling of this throughout the story, where she is a witch, but I've changed some elements of her. But she is like kind of like a a bread magic user. I love you, hun. The wife is giving me kisses, so that's nice. Um, and then here we have her pulling back the bow very dramatically, and this is the head guy here. He's like, "You sure you want to do this?" And she's just like, very much sure. And that's pretty much the rest of this is nowhere near the same as the current writing. So, but we kept generally this scene and in the book, but all of this is gone. This does not exist in the story anymore because the initial idea was to create like this very like lost character, like just I still am appealing to that coming of age story, but the main character originally was going to be just like super lost in his life, and coming to age, super teenage angst to the extreme, um, and I decided to like people hated him. I made, and I was purposely trying to get people to hate the main character. I wanted a extremely dislikable character that would eventually redeem themselves and become likable. Um, but since it is my first book, I thought maybe that is a bad idea because it having such a dislikable character for your first story, um, people don't know where you're going with it, and it would basically not get a lot of people to read it and stay away from it. So I decided, okay, we're gonna have to rework this thing and make it where the character is likable. So that's where we're at with the story at the moment. So here's the actual writing. Um, so I did all the writing. I did the majority of the writing years ago, probably like about 4 to 5 years ago. During COVID, I kind of finished the majority of things, and then since then, I've been tweaking it and stuff like that. Recently, I plugged it into Grok just for edits because I am horrible at punctuation, so I mainly had Grok help me punctuate this bad boy. Obviously, with a story this long, 239 pages, it doesn't fit into a AI model, but it's been it's been fun working on it for the last 6 years, and it's a pretty deep story as far as like the imagery and stuff goes. It's deep. I think the general, that was another thing I was trying to balance between uh, like getting too chaotic and keeping the story streamlined and concise, with it just becoming like really crazy. So because I have a wild imagination, so it's really easy for me to go super off the rails with the kind of like content I'm making. So I like constantly trying to fit myself back into the a simplified box with what I've been trying to make. So we have this like short little prologue. This prologue was like pages originally. So short, like I had a friend read through the story recently, and he was like, "Dude, the prologue's too long. Like, this is this is overwhelming." And yes, you get the gist of where we're going with the book, but it's a little daunting, and it doesn't add. Oh, what did I just do? It doesn't add enough to the story for it to be used. So I really cut this down to size. And I mean, I've been basically doing that with the whole book. Is just cutting. I think we were at like nearly 400 pages, so we've basically halved the book up to this point, and there's a lot more that needs to be cut from it, especially after and like just reworked, especially after putting it through Grok, because I was not processing some of the edits with Grok, because I just told it like, hey, edit this, and I did not realize why I did that it was not just switching the punctuation in some cases, and it was actually switching some of the content. And so like when I went through this, I was like, oh crap, that's not how I wanted that to present, or that's completely wrong. And I mean, I was reading through it, but I was like, you're working through 300 pages and you're trying to do it pretty, as quickly as possible. So I was skimming it rather than like go like really deeply reading it, and I should have done that. But I got a little comfortable because I was like, oh yeah, I did a pretty good edit for that first piece. That's great. Let's just keep on doing that. And yeah, it got off the mark a little bit, but that's great because now I get to go back and put it how I want. So that is what we're going to be doing on this stream. I have to now see if I can view chat, but my phone is like pretty close to being dead. Hey, hun, can you view chat for me? Just have it up on like a little corner tab, and then if anyone messages or like comes in, can you tell me what they're saying? I don't think she can hear me, even though she's right behind me. She has her headphones on. Love. Can you view chat for me? And if someone comments, can you tell me what they say? just have it in like the corner because I don't know if we have a lot of viewers right now, so we might just have Hellbent, or not Hellbent. We might just have Elite, I would think. Though I'm trying to view this. It's not popping up on my phone.
Ray, what are you doing, love?
Hey, hello, Elite. Oh, I think Elite may have left, actually. Here, maybe if I reply. Hey, you just popped up. Okay, so 6% is where we're at.
What are you doing?
And hopefully I don't need your help. We'll see how my phone does. If it continues to charge, which it doesn't seem like it will because it keeps on. This, I don't know how, but somehow the charger keeps on like popping out. So that's annoying. So this says, "Welcome, Seeker, to Veda, a world of 6 realms, trembling in fragile in fragile truce." Yeah, I mean, super accurate. They've been in a war. Yeah, I hope that's clear enough. World and realms. Yeah, trembling in fragile truce. Yep. I wanted to keep it kind of poetic for this part, like the prologue. I was thinking about like some of Tolkien's work and how poetic his writing is. I really like Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. I probably enjoy C.S. Lewis's work a little bit more. And my gosh, the amount of light novels and just other books I read before or during writing this is incredible. I have a chase scene with some animals, and during that chase scene, I I was listening to Jurassic Park on repeat just to get inspiration. Okay. Each veiled in secrets. Yep, good. Lusting for power or solace. Lusting for power or solace. Yeah, I would say so. I think, you have. What I'm trying to say here is, most of these countries are playing they're playing war games, so it's kind of like game theory where like if you don't act, you're worried about the other person acting, so you have to act in order to stay ahead. And most countries are kind of acting within that paradigm in the world. I would say maybe this country still is, but they're kind of doing their own thing, and that's the Venetians. But the Venetians have a crazy long lifespan, so they can kind of afford it. They live like 1,000 years, so they just can, like, if they have really good defense, they can just outlive people, generally speaking, and they just a decent amount of lived experience. Did I say nations? Because it's not the nations. I did say nations. It is the, because I have the Venetians. You put the starts with the S actually, but yeah, it's the it's the country that
Spain.
No, it's not Spain. The country that they live in is called Sybil. But I don't remember what I named the people. It's they're really cool. They've got like lavender hair. They're neat people. Luckily that's why I write this stuff down, because after not looking at it for a while, you just forget. And it's been a second since I have, which is good. I like taking like little breaks, because then you come back into the story and everything looks new. Okay. Pembroke sways at its core. So Pembroke is the country that we're in. A land caught between shadow and mercy. Now, I think that is pretty true. There is, in this world, the universe is conscious, but you have a conscious universe, and you also have a this force, which is kind of like the force of matter, right? We could say Shamash is kind of like the force of matter, and it's colliding into this consciousness, like kind of forcing it down into a lower plane. So you have like this consciousness and this material force that are hitting into each other, and they're kind of like compressing each other down, creating reality between shadow and memory. Once the Tower of Life, stitch these worlds tight. Stitch these worlds tight. I might want to reword that. Once the Tower of Life, I just put connected these worlds, maybe.
And they work all connected.
Yeah, do you like that more, hon? Tower of Life connected these worlds.
The way I just phrased it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds nice.
It's tight. Okay. Because I don't like connected these worlds. Keep the ED. And one thing you guys will see is I can't spell.
Honey.
Yeah?
Do you like it?
Do I like what?
It.
Oh, I love it. Oh, can I see? Oh, so pretty. I like the bones and little stars. Wow. So this is what it would look like dissected.
Yeah, you would look like this dissected.
I would look like that dissected.
But you wouldn't have star eyes.
Can you explain what we're talking about right now?
No, it's better when it's out of context.
Okay. Connected. Okay. Once the Tower of Life was connected, life connected these worlds. Once the Tower of Life connected these worlds. Until Shamash, the old dragon.
How it was all connected.
Until Shamash, the dragon. Should I put... Maybe I... Because he's not... I mean, he is, like... I could put... The primordial. I think primordial works better than old. What do you think, hon?
Say it one way, say it the other way.
Shamash, the old dragon. Or Shamash, the sorry.
Primal.
No, not primal. But primal's good. That's a good word. Primordial. Shamash, the primordial dragon.
Big fancy one.
Yeah. And
better.
primordial, like, and it also fits because let's look up the definition specifically. Let's get specific with this. So primordial. Primordial means existing from the beginning or first created. So I think that's pretty good. But he, like, Shamash is actually like you could think of the consciousness of the universe, or like the good God, quote unquote, as as basically like another universe. And then Shamash is also kind of like another universe, and these universes just kind of collided. So you could think of it like that. But I think primordial still works. Okay. Let's continue. Primordial dragon tore it down, craving the flame of life itself. Yeah, so again, Shamash is a creature of matter, but he's not a creature of thought, right? He's actually like the one universe is like life and thought in its essence, and the other universe is uh, matter and stillness in its essence. It's physicality. So you know, it's these two forces battling consciousness and stillness. A hero rose, weaving magic into Veda's blood. So through Shamash, actually, Veda was kind of created, and this this hero is kind of like the first creature. It's a new thing, right? It's this first creature that came into being through Shamash and consciousness coming together, weaving magic into Veda's blood. Yet triumph was a fleeting gasp. And again, uh, he has to subdue, like the one universe of consciousness has no physical body, so it can't enact within physical space, and so this new hero that arises has to enact a suppression of matter from just like destroying consciousness. Uh, Yet triumph was a fleeting grasp. From shadowed tongues, prophecy whispers, a child not of thorns but of dust, fated to mend broken weaves of unraveled forever. Okay, so that we cut out again. We've cut out a bunch from here, but yeah. So the hero that arose. In the ancient prophecy, blah blah blah, and he did subdue things to a degree, right? But there is this will within itself, and actually, it's a part. It's like the branching of matter and consciousness, like of because like consciousness is able to conceive of all possibilities. So you have a negative part of consciousness and a positive part of consciousness, and that positive part of consciousness that wants to destroy itself is trying to manifest itself into matter to bring shamash, or the like have that matter take over, that matter and stillness take over everything, to just erase consciousness. From shadow tongue prophecy whispered, a child not of thorns but of dust, fated to mend the broken weave, or unravel it forever. Magic here is will and word, a thread binding flesh to restless dead and starlit fates. Yeah, so I do take inspiration from a lot of real life magic for the magic in the story, and of course, looking up at the heavens and making predictions through the stars is definitely something that occurs in this, and the people that are aware of the prophesied child are kind of like in the enemy camp. So like the prophesied child doesn't know that they're the prophesied child, but the bad guys in this do. And then the like despite that, the good guys are following the direction of the heavens even without knowing what's going on. So like one side actually had, like, the bad guys actually have more knowledge of what's going on than the good side. The good side is like moving in the right direction based off of the signs they're picking up, but they don't actually have like everything mapped out perfectly. Now a cold wind now a cold wind sneaks through Pembroke, carrying murmurs for the dark, a destiny etched not in skies, but in depths. The thorn grown under the spectre's weight, a crown draped in echoes, steps forth. Seeker, path twist, truth lurks in riddles, and answer blooms only for those who dare to ask. So, yeah, there's you're gonna be the Dark King or the Antichrist in a way that is appearing, and I would say in this story that this guy's wicked, 100%. Like he is a bad guy, but he's not. Um, he's actually his goal is to control Shamash actually, so he's actually not trying to really destroy the world. He's trying to bend the everything into his selfish will. So he's like he doesn't really he has no empathy for others. He's a tyrant. So he's like the extreme humanist tyrant with a god complex, like just kind of like this evil incarnation that is just beyond wicked. So he's his own thing. He's like the reverse hero that originally arose to like bind everything to conscious or not even consciousness is will, but like the future's will, the manifestation of the future. The Whisper of Stones. And this is our main character here. He is not the prophesied child, though. And that's something I wanted to do with my story that's a little different, is we're going to be following a character, but we're actually not following the prophesied character. So we're getting like oh, hey, my friend is here, so we're going to take a quick break. Dude, I'm so sorry. It's so dark in here. Okay, let me find that button for you. One sec. Let me turn on the light. Okay, there you go. Does it work? Okay, cool. See you in a sec. All right, all. I know we didn't get very far at all in the story today, but we'll come back to it. We got through the prologue. That's great. And I hate reading out loud, as you can tell, because, like, again, when I'm actually working on this stuff or reading in my head, everything's good. But when I start reading out loud, it's just like super choppy. So I apologize for that. And but yeah, we'll keep on working through this, and we'll make it a regular thing. So we're at the Whispering Stones. So all right, see ya. Bye. I just did a little broadcast. Yeah, I was showing off a little bit of the story. Stop streaming.